Welcome, my Phoenix family, to my beautiful backyard. I decided to film outside today because it is a very nice day out. Since we're into summertime, I thought I would compile a list of 10 things that wheelchair users can enjoy in the summertime. Since not all wheelchair users are created equal, some wheelchair users have further medical conditions than others that further limit them more than others. So it's important to take into consideration the specific wheelchair users' medical conditions as well when you're planning activities to do with the wheelchair user. The first thing that I would suggest for a wheelchair user to do in the summertime is to go swimming. Swimming is a great way to exercise and move around without having to be in your wheelchair. And getting some exercise without having to be in your wheelchair is definitely a plus for me. I know, because it's nice to be able to move in an environment where I don't have to have my wheelchair, and it's very freeing to feel like I don't have to have my wheelchair to move around and exercise. Thing number 2 for wheelchair users to do in the summertime is to have a photo scavenger hunt. A photo scavenger hunt is where one person makes the clues for areas around your community, and the other person has to go find all the clues, and together you take photos of you and the other person at any location together. And so it's really fun. You can choose like parks, restaurants, you can choose like the mall. You could choose anywhere that is like a public space that you know has good accessibility, and you can take all your pictures and then post them when you're done. Thing number 3 for a wheelchair user in the summertime is to go stargazing. Stargazing is one of my favorite summertime activities, and it's something that I can still do as a wheelchair user. I love to be in the outdoors, and I love to look up at space. I have a fascination with space. And so stargazing is one of those things that I can still do even though I am a wheelchair user. Thing number 4 that is a good suggestion for a wheelchair user in the summertime is painting. Taking up painting could be a fun hobby for a wheelchair user, especially for a new wheelchair user who has never really painted before. Try doing some paint by numbers if you've never painted before. Or try painting with your hands or your feet if you're an amputee like me. Painting is one of those activities that requires a lot of hand-eye coordination. While painting is something that requires a lot of hand-eye coordination, it's something that's good for people with these kinds of challenges because it's a great occupational therapy exercise to paint. A bonus activity for a wheelchair user in the summertime is to subscribe to One-Footed Phoenix. If you would like to see more videos like this one, or if you would like to see all kinds of videos about wheelchair life and life as an amputee, this is the place to get that content. So make sure you subscribe and turn on your bell notification icon to all notifications so that you never miss a video. I have found lately a fascination with doing puzzles, and doing puzzles give me a relaxing activity to do that is not my schoolwork, and it's not having to think about being in my wheelchair, but I can just roll up to the table and put pieces in, and I get lost in the enamor of putting pieces in, and it's something that I can kind of hyper focus on because I'm also a person with ADHD, so maybe that's something you can try as well. Number 6 is to visit a national park. This is one of my all-time favorite things to do in the summer is visiting national parks. Visiting national parks is my favorite because I'm still a very much so outdoorsy type of person, and I love to go hiking, and I love to see the beauty in nature, and so I like to go on the paved trails as a wheelchair user now and spend time in nature. Number 7 is to go for a roll or a walk on a paved trail. And going for a roll on a paved trail is a good way to build up your arm muscles because you have to push. Number 8 is to join a local game night. Joining a local game night is great for a wheelchair user's social life, and having a social circle and something that you look forward to as a wheelchair user is very important for your mental health. And I talk about mental health a lot on this channel, and I think it's so important, and it's not something that a lot of creators on YouTube are willing to talk about. But if you would like to hear more about my videos about mental health, I'll link a playlist in the description down below where you can watch after this video. Number 9 is visit a fair. Going to the fair is typically something that is fairly wheelchair accessible, although it may be held partially on the grass. But as long as you can push through the grass, or you have someone that can push you through the grass, it's a great suggestion and a fun activity for the summertime. Going to a fair or a festival is something that gets the wheelchair user out of the house, and it also gets them engaged in something. Well, you may not be able to ride very many of the rides as a wheelchair user at the fair. You can visit all the booths and see the creative things that people have entered into the fair. Thing number 10 for a wheelchair user to do in the summertime is to go to the zoo. Going to a zoo is a place that is usually going to be wheelchair accessible, and it's fun to go see the animals. It's a great activity or a date night for a wheelchair user, especially if the wheelchair user has a power assist like I do to get around the zoo. Thank you so much for watching and spending a moment of your day with me. It means a lot to me as the creator that you take time out of your busy schedule to spend it with me. If you would like to see another One-Footed Phoenix video all about giving advice with dating, click over here, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you, bye!